Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Positivity with Tamika. And I'm going to jump right in because this past weeks, I've had the opportunity, as we all have, to watch the WNBA playoffs. And in particular, there's only one team that I have really been locked into, and that is the Indiana Fever because A, Fever believer for life, B, the resilience, the grit, the fight, the toughness that they have showcased all season long through the ups and downs, players in, players out, new players in, new players out. I mean, it has been a whirlwind for this team and for the organization, but being able to witness it firsthand and being a part of just watching, the fans were amazing out here in Indiana and even on the road. Got a chance to go to Vegas. That place was rocking, and our team, our players, all the way down to the wire, gave every single thing that they could. And so it got me to thinking just about personally transition and then also like when one door is shut. But one thing that we all know, and as we're going through the ups and downs of life, it got me thinking about really just where we are, right? So as you know, like only one team will win a championship. And yeah, you start off with all these teams competing, you get to the playoffs, only X amount of teams make it to the playoff. And then when you get to the end of the road, only one team, and that's in any profession, only one team stands as the champion. And so like I started thinking, I'm like, okay, so some moment in with the championship, but even though those moments only one team wins, throughout the whole process, throughout everything that we go through, you learn things, there's lessons learned, there's experiences had, the ups and downs, but every season definitely has a purpose. And so I've been personally feeling in my own life, I have been talking probably the last couple of years about transition and feeling like God is doing something in my life. I'm feeling the shift. I know things are moving emotionally, physically, spiritually, mentally, all of that. Things are changing, things are shifting. And I know as I've done this and through Wednesday Wisdom, now Monday Motivation and Positivity with Tamika, one thing that I always hear and people are like, oh man, that spoke to me. I'm going through that same thing. So I know if I'm focused and if I'm going through transition and shifting, that there is somebody out there that is also going through some type of transition. And we always hear like when one door closes, God's always preparing another door or another crack or, just another opportunity. And in the midst of all of that, it definitely can feel uncomfortable, right? Like even as I've going through the transition, I think this has been a multi-year transition, not necessarily just like, oh, in this moment. This has been something that I've been leaning into and really trying to figure out, okay, God, what is it? What am I supposed to learn? What is my purpose as I'm in this season? And I won't say it's a dark place because it's not a dark place season. It's a season of sitting, listening, shifting, trying to get wisdom and next step, where to go, and how to move forward. So there's always, as we're sitting in there, we always know that, or I always know rather, I think, and because of my faith, I know and I believe that whatever comes next is part of God's purpose for my life. So seasons of change, they come and they're never easy. And the shift and the waiting and the faith talks and the faith walk are long, but they're necessary in this journey and through this step. So as I was thinking, I always have a verse and I'm always writing in my journal. So as I was thinking about the endings and the truth about ending doesn't mean that is failure. It means that it's preparation. So endings sometimes are preparation, but they create space for new things that are going on and new things that are being brought into our life. So when I think about the Fever, this is probably the largest WNBA team in history, right? Because we've had so many injuries and players in and out, as I said. But each player that came in played a purpose. And while some length of play time might have been longer or more shorter than others, each person played a specific role. And so I think about transition, I think about the doors being opened and closed. Each door, each transition point, each opportunity has a purpose, and it's preparing us for whatever that next step is, and then so forth, whatever that next step is. Um, so the verse that I pulled out and really thinking when one season ends, another begins, but Ecclesiastes 3:1, to everything there is a season and a time for every person or every purpose, under heaven. So to everything there is a season and a time for every purpose under heaven. And it's interesting because one of my conversations earlier this week, we were talking about time frame and really focused on, okay, when you lock in a game, it's 40 minutes. We used to have a thing during the games, we would work our games in 3-minute segments. So every 3 minutes, every 3 minutes, every 3 minutes, every 3 minutes. And could you win in those 3 minutes? And so I transitioned that into life. And as we're going through experiences, you're at one job, you're at another job. I talked to a couple people the last couple of weeks, they've been in their job 30 plus years. And nowadays that's almost unheard of. But being able to have the opportunity to impact and to be settled where you are, whether that 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 20 years, 30 years, having the opportunity to be settled. But after that and through that, we also know that shift will happen even in those 30 years. Can only imagine different roles, different leaders in different roles, and having to transition within your role, outside of a role, in a new role, different things that happen through your time that you're there. So as I'm thinking about this and really looking at, okay, Tamika, you're saying all this, to everything there's a season, there's a purpose, all of that, you're saying all this. I'm still going through transition. I'm still going through transition, but through it all, keeping the faith and knowing that, one, I can't resist the shift. I have to make sure that I'm leaning into it, that I'm trusting that God is doing something behind the scenes. And whatever that looks like next, I will walk into it with faith. I will walk into it with a smile. I will walk into it knowing that I have been prepared for whatever that is and wherever God is taking me. So that's a lot. I keep it short. I keep it simple. Put that nugget. We are always will be in a season of transition at some point in our life. So as you're going through that, don't look at it as, man, God, like you got me in this down place. Look at it as a moment to rest, to shift, to be still, to keep the faith, and to know that whatever comes next, you are prepared and you will be prepared. So this week, I want you to reflect on just that, on your transition, either if you're going through one, if you've been through one, or if you know that you're about to go through one, because sometimes we know we're about to enter into a season of shift. But as you're going through this, I want you to make sure that you're acknowledging what you're feeling, how it is applying, and how you are seeing it maybe affect your emotions as you're going through it. I want you to reflect on that, because I think even for myself, I journal, like I said, I journal a lot, and just trying to reflect on what it is I'm going through, maybe why I'm going through it, and my own thoughts, right? Because I got to keep the faith. But then also what the future holds, knowing that, all right, God, these are the things that I've done in the waiting, in the midst of the transition. So think about it. Think about your verse, Ecclesiastes 3:1. I just got done doing a Bible study on the Bible app. It's unthinkable. Really enjoyed it. I have accountability partners everywhere. So being able to lock in and do that has been a blessing in my life. So have a great week. Thank you for tuning in. If this spoke to you wherever you are, make sure you like, share it, subscribe to the channel, pass on the good word. But I appreciate you. I know we're going to have a great week. Keep the faith, y'all. See ya. God bless.